The Joshlin Smith case continued today. We've been promised that tomorrow the Joshlin Smith case will continue and it will start early around 8 and end around late around 4 because they want to finish this case. But there's something that transpired today. And I thought to myself, wait, I think I need to share this with you. Something that transpired is the fact that they received information. The information was received, was it, I almost said BBC, but yeah, I might be wrong though. But the information was released, was received from an international organization, which said that the child was in a container, and when that container was searched, they found nothing but people from Philippines that were shipped through a container. Okay? You know what I find it very strange? You know what I find it very weird? But okay, I see here because the story sounds very interesting and tricky and emotional at the same time. The fact, you will hear what the man is going to say, but the story just sounds a bit, somehow it sounds a bit, it's a difficult thing to swallow. It's a difficult conversation altogether. It's a difficult story. You one day think, is the child still alive? The other day you think, this child is no longer alive. But the police have something to say about that. So I've got 2 videos that I want to share with you. So I'm definitely going to share them with you. But yeah, the state witness, which is Captain Wisely Lombard, revealed this following information that I want you to listen. Take a look at this.
Wat gebeurde nou dat plaatselijke Sangoma het contact gemaakt met ons onderzoekspan.
What happened on that day, my lord, a local Sangoma approached our investigating team.
Die Sangoma het aan van ons lede gesê dat die Sangoma sal help om vir Joshlin te kry en net sodoende later, die dag van die 19e, 'n spesifieke woning uitgewys in die as wel vir ons.
And the local Sangoma, my lord, said that will assist us on finding out or locating Joshlin, my lord. And then on the 19th, the Sangoma pointed out a specific house to us.
Ons moes toe onmiddellik 'n operasie reël en laat ons special task force van die hulle mandaat, hostages is hulle mandaat. Ons moes toe almal die verskillende spesiale groepe uit die kamp laat kom. Ons het die huis gedoen, het was 'n negatiewe uitslag.
And there was also a team, a special force task team, my lord, that was made up of which they specialized in that. And specific specialized teams had to be taken or be brought from Cape Town to the side.
Interpol, die boot.
Interpol. Die Vrydag die 15e.
Interpol, the Friday, the 15th.
Het ons inligting ontvang dat Interpol met die hulp van die NCA, die National Crime Agency van die United Kingdom.
We got information that NCA, the crime, can you read alsjeblieft?
National Crime Agency.
The National Crime Agency in the United Kingdom.
Dat hulle het intelligensie verwerf dat Joshlin op 'n boot gelaai gewees het.
That they have information, the intelligence have found out that Joshlin has been loaded or is on a boat.
En dat hulle die boot gaan aftrek. Die boot was daai tyd in die Noordsee van Wallis gewees.
And that they're going to stop the boat, and the boat was on the northern?
Die Noordsee van Wallis, diepsee.
The northern side of Wallis, the deep sea.
Die Saterdagoggend die 16e het hulle ons laat weet dat hulle die boot toe afgetrek uit die water het.
On the 16th, my lord, of March, they informed us that they've stopped the boat.
Hulle het net 21 Filipynse burgers op die boot gevind, maar geen teken van Joshlin.
They found 21 Philippines on the boat, but there was no sign or indication of Joshlin.
Okay, having said that, I'm very keen. I'm very interested. I'm very much interested to hear what you've got to say about this story that just keeps giving, right? Just as a matter of fact, it appears like in this case, it looks like the judge is aiming to conclude this case somewhere around mid-May. Last week, he says the confessions were admissible. So, I'm about to share another video, right? But before I do so, if you've listened to what this man have said, and then you say, let's argue for argument's sake and say, this confessions. The judge finally says, no, you guys made these confessions. And the confessions are true. You made them free and voluntarily. And then let's say he sentenced them 25 years behind bars. You know, I'm sitting here and thinking to myself, that will then mean they will have to explain where, even after prison, they will need to explain to us, where is this child? Even after prison, if they come out of prison, how are you going to live with these people? If they are found guilty at the end of the trial, how are you going to live with these people? Now, I'm just thinking about everything here. Where is the child? The child is in West Africa. The child is North Africa. The child is in South Africa. The child is outside the country. The child is in Europe. If you are found guilty here, as Lombard will say,
Ook in dieselfde tyd het ons inligting ontvang dat 'n kind was gewaar, maar in verskillende lande in Afrika wat soos Joshlin lyk, wat Ghana insluit, Nigeria en nog ander lande.
And also, later on, we also found information. We told that there's a child that had been found in different various African countries, Ghana and Nigeria, my lord.
Maar geen van die persone wat die informasie met ons gedeel het, kon vir ons spesifieke locations gee waar hulle die kind gewaar het.
And the people or persons that shared that information with us could not give us specific places or location where the child is, or where they've seen this lookalike of Joshlin.
In short, I think, would I be correct if I say that each and every lead and information that you received was indeed followed up?
Kan ek maar sê kortlik elke informasie wat julle gekry het, daardie informasie opgevolg?
Dit is regtig edele, ons het nog die laaste informasie wat ons ontvang het was nog gemaak gewees.
That's correct, my lord, and the last information that was received, it was last now in March.
Van die informasie het ingesluit dat kinders was gesien in different provinces.
From that information, that children were seen at different provinces.
In different provinces.
Wat
gelyk het so Joshlin, alles daai was opgevolg gewees tot en met nou nog verlede maand.
And the children that looked like Joshlin, my lord, and that was now in the last month.
Alles was negatief gewees, julle.
Everything was negative, my lord.
Dat die kinders wat gesien gewees het nie Joshlin is nie.
And the children that were seen, that it was not Joshlin.
And is it correct that that is still the position, even though this trial is happening and proceeding?
Dis regtig edele, die tydens die verhoor het dan nog inligting uitgekom waarvan die ander gedeelte van my kantoor, die ander lede wat hier is, hulle is besig om daai informasie op te volg.
That's correct, my lord, because during the time the trial information, but other people from our office that are not here are following up on that information.
So die soek na Joshlin gaan nog steeds voort.
The search of Joshlin is still continuing.
Having listened to this, and I'm thinking here. I'm trying to think like the father of the child, the family, or the relatives. What are they going to say? What are they going to do? What are they going to? How are they going to live with this? You come out of prison one day, and because I'll give this example, because I'm thinking about this thing. You know, when a person is sentenced to 25 years behind bars, you must say 25 years divided by 2. 25 years divided by 2 will give you somewhere around 12.5, right? That will mean these people will spend 12 and a half years in prison. After 12 and a half years in prison, they will then come back. They will then be eligible for parole. Not that they will automatically come back, but they apply for parole. They will be eligible for parole. So if they come back after 12 years, people wouldn't have forgotten about them. Their pictures are already online. There are videos made about them. Do you see what I'm trying to say? So if it was according to me, just for your own safety, you will have to confess the truth. If you are found guilty, let's say you found guilty, you sentenced, just confess the truth once and for all and let them know the truth. Because when you come back from prison after maybe let's say 13 years, people would look, the internet, guys, there's this thing that says the internet doesn't forget. One person will be like, I know you. Even if majority of them have forgotten about you. But one person will say, I know you. And then you start complaining, you start screaming, and that person says, I know you. And then somebody says, yeah. And then they pull up pictures on the internet and it's, yeah, when are you sold a child? You know what I'm saying? How are you going to live with this? I'm just thinking. And I'm saying this on conditions that they are found guilty. And I'm asking myself, how are they going to live with the community going forward? How are you going to live with the community going forward? Because people will always remember you. Yeah, man. No, like, it's even worse. Even if they travel to Western Cape, Eastern Cape, or KZN, wherever they go, even outside of this country, some people will remember them. Yes, it might be better outside this country, but in general, some people, someone somehow might notice you. Guys, you get noticed. Okay, let me give an example. I don't even have that much of views to be remembered by a lot of people. But hey, man, people will notice you. Like, easily so. I'm just a content creator. How much more them when they are shown on national television every day when that case is on, when that case is playing, when that case is on progress. Think about it this way: if you are the father of this child, these people are sentenced, and you still don't know the truth. You want closure, right? How do you think they will accept that? Let's say they are not that much of Christians, because they are Christians. Then there are these strong Christians. Let's assume they are just a Christian in general. How do you think they will accept this news? Don't you foresee a situation where we see people getting out of prison after 13 years, after 12 years, and then, in fact, they might even get out of prison earlier if they can. Say, for instance, you go crazy in prison. They might release you earlier than that. Or you may get what we call it medical parole. You can get a medical parole. You found that the person only stayed 5 years in prison. Or the worst thing, that then can happen. You get sentenced 25 years. I'll make it example. Then they go to prison. Then they appeal the sentence. When they appeal, you must know that now the media is no longer there. Now nobody knows. Then they appeal and the sentence is reduced to 15 years. Now you're going to say 15 years divided by 2. It will give you somewhere around 7.5. So after 7 years, this person is outside. The memory is still fresh. Do you see? I'm trying to think. How are you gonna be integrated in the community? How are you gonna live with the community? These are cases that compromises one's life. But again, at the end of the day, yeah, depending on the outcome. You know, the second problem. The second problem is that inside prison, there might be people who might want to deal with you inside prison. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I'm just wondering if they have full protection in prison. Because, wow. Some people will say we committed crime for our children, to feed our children, when you are selling our children. I've heard that they do that to people who, those who are R-ing others, R-A-P-D-E. Sorry, R-A-P-E-D. So I heard that if these people knows good when you are here for that, they are saying that you don't have peace there. You know what I'm saying? I will assume that they might receive this news in the same way to say, so when you sold children, I doubt. So even inside prison, but maybe let's look at this from just this last perspective. Remove the community, remove prison, and then put yourself in the shoes of, firstly, the father of Joshlin Smith, who fainted in court when some of these things was revealed. And then put yourself in, I want to say it this way, put yourself in the shoes of close relatives, close family members, close friends, who, looking at this, how are they going to react when you come back from prison? You see, crime because you don't think about all these things. You just look at, I'm going to make money from selling the laptop. You don't look at the repercussions. What if they catch me while selling the laptop? Or what if I sell the laptop and they get to know that I'm the one who sold the laptop? And then, you know what I'm saying? What will be the repercussions? That's the problem about crime. It doesn't think about, people who commit crime don't think about the repercussions. Very few of them think about the repercussions and act despite that. But I want to ask you a question. How would you have dealt with this if it was you? How do you think you would have handled this if you were part and parcel of this? I want to hear that in the comment section below. I'm interested to hear that in the comment section below. Until then, good people, please